Quite dark. How are they? The Android with lightsaber and lightsaber. I made them with my great Photoshop experience. I just got them from the Google and I just Hello everyone, I'm Mehmet from before I start, I want to thank to EESTEC to inviting me to here. It's an honor to be here. It was a great event so far, and I'm sure about that we will enjoy our next day. Today's yeah, about me. I'm studying computer engineering in METÜ, Ankara. This is our logo. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer since 2008. I'm a trainer, but it's like the first time that I'm not speaking my native language all the time. So, you know, I'm a little anxious for that. And I'm a web developer and cross-platform mobile apps developer for some companies. There's my contact information. You can go to my blog, you can mail me, you can have me at Facebook, and you can tweet about me. By the way, I want to give you some information about my sessions, both of them. I got some speaker evaluation forms here for 2 of my sessions. I got only 22 of them. Yeah. I'll be leaving them here. After my second session, the first 6 people who gave me that evaluation forms will get some cool Android stickers. Yeah, 6 of them. I got only 6 left. You're going to ask me questions. I'll be giving 2 Google Pens for 2 good questions each set for each session. And I'll be giving a memory stick, 8 GB memory stick for a good tweet for the session with my photo. Of course, you have to mention. Okay, then let's start. Let's look at our agenda. We will be talking about great app debate, what's going on at the NativeApp and web app debate. And then we're going to watch their fight with each other, make the best app wins in terms of user experience, performance, monetization, security and cross-platform costs, updates and distribution. And we're going to go and we're going to reveal the winner. And we had some little quiz time, just a little quiz about the session, and then we have question and answers. Yeah, native or HTML. By the way, I like to do my session in an interactive way. I think it's more enjoyable way. What do you think? Native or HTML5? Have you ever heard something about it? Yeah. What's your experience about it?
Well, maybe it's like some platform, and HTML is like a web application for mobile phones.
Alright, which one do you prefer? We'll see in the slides.
I think more experience with HTML5, but also I want something for native.
Yeah. Cool. Anyone else? Native, native. Yeah, there's a native person. Anyone else? Okay. HTML because?
Platform independent.
Platform independence. Yeah. Yeah, let's see it. What is a native app? There's a Technopedia definition. A native app, mobile app is a smartphone application that is coded in a specific programming language, such as Objective-C. I don't like it for iOS. C#.NET for Windows Phone, C++ for BlackBerry 10. What can I say? HTML5 for Tizen and WebOS. There's native other languages. Native mobile app for like fast performance, blah 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 blah. That's what NativeApp is. Yeah, we could give some examples here. Do you know what the application is? Yelp. It's Yelp applications Android screenshot. This one, it's a game changer. It's great user experience. I think you should try this application if you have Android or iOS. It's Flipboard. It has a great user experience. And this one I love so much. Google Keep. Keep your notes in applications. Flipboard. Yeah, it's a game changer in this industry. Okay. Yeah, then we have HTML5 web apps. What are they? A web-based program designed to run on any mobile device via a browser. It's nothing too complicated. You develop a web application with HTML, HTML5 or HTML, it's not important. CSS and JavaScript, the front end of a web page, and then you'll have a web page with you. You can browse it on a smart mobile platform via a browser, that's the case. Or web-based. These are some examples from app markets, open app markets. The only market that we have for HTML5 web apps on mobile devices. This is a Twitter client, one of Twitter clients, and this is Khan Academy application. Have you ever Khan Academy? Yeah. We use it in Turkey so much for calculus. Yeah. It's good. Let's continue. It's about 500,000 applications in Google Play. But from the data I gathered from Accelerator, IEC's quoted to 2012, there are only 6% of the application targeted as a web app. The other 94% is all just native apps. There's a small amount of web apps at the market. That's the status from now. Yeah, NativeApp, best app wins. There's going to be a fight. In terms of user experience, what do you think? Which side will get a hit? You might guess. I want some guesses. Native will have some hits. Take it. Am I right? Yeah. Okay. Anyone else? Just guess. Just say something. It's not a problem. Sorry. Come on. Which side will win this?
I think native.
Native.
But it depends very much who's the developer of the app.
It's an important issue.
That's the point. Very a good weather forecast website in Italy has its own app, which is a crack. It's better to get the, I don't know, text only for the browser to the website.
Yeah. That's okay.
So what do you think?
Oh, there's a ban from cartoons. And, HTML5 got hit. Yeah. Only native apps can deliver the best user experience, leveraging the full capabilities of the device and OS. By the way, I'm not talking about the UI about user experience. We're talking about user experience at next session, but you might think user experience is equal to UI, but it's not. It's hard to, every platform that we talk about, Android, application bar at Android, top or bottom? Top. But in the iOS, it changes. It's bottom. And while developing a web app, it's hard to, gather the information about the user, the client, that if it's using iOS or Android, and convert to its own user experience. There are some commercial libraries to do that, like Kendo UI of Telerik. It understands the platform and changes the view about if you're using iOS, you got the application bar at the bottom. If you're using Android, you got the application bar at the top. But it's hard to do. But I said it's not the only topic that we are looking at. In-app purchasing. What about in-app purchasing? iOS has some tools, and Google has some tools for in-app purchasing. But when you're developing web app, you have to do all of the work by yourself to build some good in-app purchasing API or something. In-app advertising. Google has some services, and iOS has some services. Even Windows Phone has some services about in-app advertising. But while you're using web app, while developing a web app, you have to do it by yourself, all the work. And push notifications. We like push notifications. While we're chatting with our friends at WhatsApp, they send a message and there's a notification pops out. While developing a web app, it's hard to do. I think it's impossible to do. Can we use websites for push notifications? Yeah, we can use, but it's hard to do. It's not as good as easy as NativeApp. Yeah. While developing in NativeApp, SDK is all open to you. You can use and you can leverage all its benefits, but it's hard to do it in HTML5. Next round. I'm not going to sound sorry about it. Mark Zuckerberg said that the biggest mistake we made as a company was betting too much on HTML5 as opposed to native. It just wasn't ready at September 2012. They were developing their Facebook app with HTML5 and with the, they were a bad user experience about it. And they completely changed their way to the native apps. I got a video about it. Nice video called Fast shot by Sencha. Have you ever heard of Sencha? HTML5 company? Not HTML5 company, it's a web-based solutions. Yeah, Yeah. What are your feelings about HTML5 now? They did it. But the question is, how long did it take to get this kind of a user experience with HTML5? Are there any opinions?
4 years. 4 years.
4 years?
1 year ago, Zuckerberg said it was not ready. How many years were they trying before that?
Yeah, maybe 1 year. Anyone else? Yeah, it took like 1 year. Yeah. Another company called Zero, an accounting company, was trying to build their mobile apps with HTML5, and they quit it because of the user experience. They said, okay, Sanchez Facebook is good. They showed us that HTML5 is ready. We were for over the last 12 months has been that the cost in time, effort, and testing to bring an HTML5 application to a native level of performance seems to be far greater than if the application was built with native technologies from that go. Yeah. There are some maybe different opinions about HTML5 with user experience, but in my opinion, you cannot get the same user experience with the native that you delivered with the HTML5. Next round, performance. We'll get the hit. Opinions? HTML5. Any other? Hey, come on, guys. Let's talk. Let's do the interactive apps. The native apps will get the hit. Okay. Native apps are better. Okay.
I think the HTML wins this round because according to the movie,
they were like similar with iOS, but there were some differences between Android app and the Facebook. Let's see. Kabam! Yeah. HTML5 got there. HTML5 is good, but still faces challenges in accessing device-native features like camera, like how can I say, the GPU accelerator. We have that GL with HTML5, but it's not ready. If you're going to build a 3D game with HTML5, your performance will be not so good. You can trust me, I tried it. I tried to build a 3D game with HTML5 for mobile devices, and it was a disaster. And the features across all browsers. Browsers act differently. There are 20 to 200 plus browsers out there, so they're not as good as in HTML5. They're not equal, and we got some performance issues about that. Let's continue. Monetization. Who will get the hit? The same question. Anyone? HTML5. Any other opinions? Yes. HTML5 got all the hits. In case of monetization, we got a hit to HTML5. Yeah, we can. How can I say? We can deploy our applications, native applications, on Google Play Store. Google Play Store has, I said before, 500,000 native apps and 15 billion downloads. But in the case of HTML5 web apps, we don't have such big store. We just have open market here. We don't have any Play Store-ish marketplace that we can sell apps. It's hard to sell a web app. It has a URL, and you can go there just typing that URL with the browser. You cannot sell that app. And if you got some money from in-app purchasing, it's hard to do in HTML5. You have to develop your own API for that. Yeah. Security. Which one? Again, I'm asking again and again. Some opinions, I want some opinions. Yes, we have two sides. Come on, guys.
Maybe later on we get it. I mean, I never heard of wireless for HTML5.
Ah, okay. Maybe this Android guy get a hate. Any other opinions? HTML. Yeah, why?
You can use application locally. And for HTML, you do.
Yeah.
I think they you are depending on that your code is setting, and because everything in the device, they can identify it and they can see your code.
Yeah. HTML5 copy. Yeah. NativeApp's source and cache is encrypted, guys. How can we assure that it's encrypted? You know, when you're producing an APK formatted file, you seal it with your own key, own developer key. It's hard to access the binary code of an application, and it's hard to change it in the native apps. But in the case of HTML5 web apps, it's easy. Yeah, you can go there and download all the pages, and you can see the JavaScript code. It can be minified, but come on, we can decompress it. Yeah, with some tools. It's easy to access in browse. If the security is important for AI application, you definitely go to the NativeApp site. Cache is another side of the security. I can access, especially in Android. Maybe it will be hard in iOS because it's closed. But if I'm using Android, I can log in as root to Linux kernel, and I can go there and play your cache, play your browser's cache, and change something there. Might be not a good experience. Yeah, cross-platform development costs. What do you think? Which side?
That's amazing.
Yeah. And Native had a great hit there. Greater hit than the others. Cross-platform is the one desirable thing that all companies want to be. You know, Microsoft changed their way to HTML5 and native apps in Windows 8, Windows 8, because of there are lots of bad developers since the beginning of the Web 2.0. We all know. How many of you know HTML? Raise your hands strong. Yeah, HTML. How many of you? JavaScript and CSS. You know. There's a lot of web developers out there, and it's easy to go to develop some web apps for mobile platforms. But how many of you knows really Java? Little. And wait for it. Objective-C? Yeah. Ah, come on. You know Objective-C. it's hard to find people who know Java and Objective-C and C#.NET and what can I say? C and C++. It's a little bit costly. NativeApps require a new development and testing process for each platform. You have to redesign your app for the user experience of the platform. You have to re-implement your code to that platform. You have to retest your application for that platform too. But HTML5 was built to become language of the web regardless of the device or the OS. Is it true for today? What do you think? Is it all true that you write HTML5 and run everywhere for every browser perfectly? No, that's not the case. But it's better than writing Objective-C code and Java code and .NET code. It's not that perfect by now, but HTML5 is good enough for cross-platform to decrease your cross-platform development costs. Yeah, updates and distribution control. What do you think? HTML. Another. Android updates. How often you get Android updates? Yeah, that's it. How often you get HTML5 updates? Once they built and we use it. That's not the case. W3C is working. We don't know what they do. If you go to HTML5rocks.org or mozilla.org, you can see the process about HTML5. And come on, NativeApp's got it. Because of web is an open source, not under a monopoly of Microsoft or Google or Apple. There's a W3C work group which they decide about standards of HTML5. However, there's a point in HTML5 is a bit slow in supporting new phone features as device makers innovate. Device makers like. By the way, I want to ask you, who are the inventors of HTML5? You know? Let me say, Google, Apple. What do you think about the reason why they build native SDKs? They build native SDKs for their platform. Why are they so eager to distribute HTML5 to the world? Just off topic. I just want to have some conversation with you guys. Yeah.
Maybe they just needed a portal so you can download it
That's good.
HTML5 was also developed for traditional computers, so if they want to make an application, they can just make a web application, doesn't install anything.
Yeah.
Maybe Microsoft doesn't support it 100%.
What?
It doesn't run at Internet Explorer, which is better product than Microsoft. It is a competitor, so.
It is built to support cross-platform for that companies, and HTML5 is a good competitor for Flash. That was the point at the time that we started to develop HTML5. That's also. Yeah, and the winner is. What do you think? Which side is the winner? Native. Yeah, we can see from bars. But neither of them. It's changed upon your needs. You know, if you have to build your application for different types of markets, yeah, like Google Play Store or Marketplace. I'm not talking about Marketplace, or iOS and Android and Windows Phone and Bada and WebOS and Tizen. If you have to do this, it's hard to go. It's hard to take the native side. It increases the costs of development step too much. And you should ask you some questions about it. Does mobile app require the use of any special device features? If you're going to use your camera, your phone's camera, if you're going to use your GPS module, if you're going to use, how can I say, the accelerometer of your phone, you're going to go to select native type. What if, you should ask yourself, what is my budget while I'm developing that app? Do I have lots of money to get an iOS developer, and an Android developer, and a Windows Phone developer, or am I just by myself and I have to write all the code? And I'm good at that. I can write some JavaScript and HTML5. I can do it cross-platform. Does mobile app need to be internet enabled? If you're going to use in offline mode the application, you probably go to the way of native apps. But there are some supporting from the HTML5 adds offline mode. You can build your web app in a native app. We call it hybrid apps. And you can use that in an offline mode. The other question is, what programming languages do I already know? That's the question. How important is speed and performance? But if speed and performance is important to you, which side do you go? Definitely. You have to decide. There are no one true. There are so many ways to go. Let's take a quick quiz. Yeah, I want to make money from selling an app at the marketplace. HTML5 or native? Native. Yeah. For many years, I've been working on web technologies like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Which side? HTML5, yeah. I want to publish my application to as many mobile markets as possible. HTML5 or native? HTML5, cross-platform. Yeah. And the last question. Security and user experience is highly essential for me. HTML5 or native? Yeah, native. Yeah, it's the end of my session. Have you got any questions? I have 2 pens to give Google Pens. I got it from an Android event, yeah. Questions?
How old is HTML5?
How old?
Maybe it's still a too young technology.
It was like 2008. They started to build HTML5 concepts. What work group? With Apple, Google, Mozilla, they gathered up and not working with W3C by that time. They tried to build some HTML5 standards for their mobile platforms.
Because HTML5 sometimes, in my experience, is not even good to replace Flash sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. But you know,
on YouTube or in web apps, so maybe it's still too young technology. Maybe 1 year it will be ready for, I don't know, restricted cache or whatever.
You know, they say to 2023 it will be ready. From 10 years from now on. They're talking like that. but it is processing quickly. We don't have that GL at the time that they introduced us HTML5. We have web workers. Have you ever heard of web workers? Parallel programming in HTML5. You can do some, parallel programming with HTML5 JavaScript. We have WebSockets using TCP, another protocol, not TCP, but you can access to your server with not the HTTP protocol, but WebSockets protocol. There are some innovations out there in HTML5, but it's not ready, I agree with you. But when it becomes ready, it's going to rock. We rock our socks off. Are there any questions? Ask me some questions. Yeah.
If someone wants to sell an application written in HTML5, what is the procedure?
If you want to sell an app in Play Store, I assume, you're going to build your HTML5 application in terms of HTML5, CSS3, and JavaScript. It's okay. You're going to use a third-party tool like PhoneGap, Cordova, Apache Cordova, or some other tools. I don't remember them. And make it work with a native app. You definitely going to go to build a hybrid app, half native, half web app, and you can put that app to Play Store, App Store, wherever you want.
So you mean you can create a native basis of
Yeah. You can access camera, you can access GPS, you can access
and all that like make the user interface in HTML5.
Yeah, I can show you in the hybrid app work, how the hybrid app works. I can show you if you want. Yeah, okay. I can show you. Are there any questions for that session? No. All right. Stop. It was so easy though. Yeah. More units. I'll have my credentials first. I'm using a cloud environment called Icenium. It's a commercial product of Telerik. It's cool. I don't have to use any SDKs like Android SDK or iOS SDK for building the native part of the app. I just building the web app site, and I give it to the Apache Cordova, and it builds the application for me, the native application for me. Sorry about that. Yeah. This product is $19 for a month. You can try it for 30 days. It's a trial version. There's an integrated cloud environment there with some. You can write your HTML5, JavaScript, and CSS code there using Icenium Mist. I can go get started. Yeah, Icenium Mist. I'm going to use. Or you can use Icenium Graph if you got Windows-based client. Use Redford too. Yeah. Yeah, I can create a new project. Yeah, we got some things to select. It asks me the application of what is the template of the application. You can create a blank application. You can create Isinium Amplified Cloud. I don't know what's that. You can create a cross-platform device application with jQuery Mobile. It's a famous JavaScript framework for mobile devices. You can use Kendo UI Mobile. It's another product of the Telerik company. It's cool. It just understands the platform and changes the view to valid. And you can use the Kendo UI database. I'm going to use Kendo UI Mobile. EESTEC. Yeah, that's my project files. I have index.html, simple web page. I have a Cordova JavaScript. It's a JavaScript API for accessing native side of the application, hybrid application. You can use to access whether to decide if the device is ready to use. You can use it for accessing to the camera option. You can use it for GPS. You can use it for accelerometer. It's the most important, I think, the most important thing in native apps. You can use full native, full device access to the device, and you can use it that way. You have styles, CSS, you have scripts, JavaScript files. There's Kendo UI. You can use another plugins, custom plugins. You have some properties about application like the namespace and the screenshots, the icons for iOS, for Android. By the way, you can use it for iOS and Android only for that time. They are trying to build Windows Phone version 2. You can get some permissions here, migrate permissions. Yeah, this is how our HTML web page looks like. We have some divs, H1s, p tags. It's all like web app. When we run it on simulator, yeah, this is the UI looks at for iOS devices. I can switch it to an Android phone. Yeah, I did nothing to change the UI. You just gather the information about the client and changes the route. And I can go there. As you can see, I can use geolocation features on my phone. Not my phone, but my simulator. I can use version. I can get it like 2.2. The minimum version you have to use HTML5 in hybrid apps and Android is 2.2. The earlier APIs do not, how can I say, do not support, do not support the HTML5. There's a good device simulator. You can look at Android tablets. Your application looks like this. You can use iPad. I can have a build for Android. It's building. Then I get an APK. That's the cool point. Yeah, you write all the HTML, JavaScript, and CSS, and just you say, build it for me. It sends your code to the cloud. It builds there and get the APK to you. That's the case in iOS too. it's not so hard to build your application in your computer when you're developing for Android. You can use Windows, you can use Linux. It's not the case. But if you're developing for iOS, you have to have a Mac. How many of you got Mac? I don't. But I have to develop for iOS. And that's cloud environments. Cool. You can use the QR code to download that application. Right now. Have you got QR readers in your phones? You can experience the HTML5 hybrid app in your phones. How is it? Anyone try this? You have to. Okay. You have to have ICD one. Settings, application. It's working. Yeah, it's working. You got the application, yeah.
So when you were talking about security, you talk about
It's the this is security. Yeah, you got all of your HTML, JavaScript, CSS contents into your Python code. Yeah, it's security. It's not like NativeApp. You cannot go there and just write some URLs to log into the system. It's a NativeApp. Is it cool?
Because that's the classes for all the permissions up front.
Yeah, I got all the information asked for the application. Can you use the GPS module? Yeah, found location, yeah. Yeah. You can access your device's sensors, like GPS and accelerometer. It's cool. We were developing an application in a hackathon of Google and US Embassy in Turkey. We had 22 hours, and my team was totally not aware of Java. And we had to build an application. I just teach them writing some JavaScript. They are used to from C, C++, the syntax. I told them about some HTML, and we got an application. Not an application, not a final application, but we got an MVP, most viable product, for 22 hours. It's a quick start. It's a good start for developing apps, mobile apps.
Is there any drawback of this method to create an app?
What?
A disadvantage? Is there a disadvantage? I mean,
To
write HTML and let the second produce the app. Is there any disadvantage?
Disadvantages. While you're developing an hybrid app, it's cool. We don't have any disadvantages. We got some. While you're using Apache Cordova, you can use third-party plugins, such as you don't have access to your phone number with Apache Cordova itself. You have to use a plugin to it to achieve your goal. They are trying to build some environment to encourage you to using custom plugins in ICU, but it's hard to do. For that issue, you have to get the code, Java code of the Java project of the application. You have to go to Eclipse and you have to edit it manually. And if you got iOS, I can run and build it. I don't have provisions in iOS for the application, but if you download the ICU IO, I have an iPad. I can show you that command. I got the application in iPad. You can try it. The same application as yours. I changed nothing.
Can I ask something?
Yeah.
You have to have a Google account with some certificates to publish it.
Yeah.
Not everyone can publish on Google Play. Am I right?
Yeah, you have to have your Google developer credentials.
How much does it cost?
25 for lifetime. For lifetime.
30 years.
Yeah, it's like lifetime from now. Yeah.
Okay, can you tell us what's Apache Cordova and how to do it?
Apache Cordova, it was, the name was PhoneGap for Apache Cordova. It's a JavaScript API for you to access all of your devices' native specifications. Like you can go to the documentation. PhoneGap.com. Yeah. These are your native features that you can use while you're programming in native. But when I said when you're developing web apps, it's not possible to access your camera, compass, contacts. But Apache Cordova enables you to access them too with a JavaScript API. It's like, you know, you can check the features you want in your application here, and you know, I can show you the JavaScript code. This is where we access to the GPS feature of our phones. On device today, we get location. There's a geocoder location. Navigator.geolocation.getCurrentPosition is a JavaScript API for your GPS location. It access to your GPS, get your location. It's asynchronous function. While it's ready, it goes to on geolocation success. If you got an exception out there, you got on geolocation error. It's that simple. Just one line of code. You access your GPS location. Is there any questions? I advise you to give a try for ICNU. It's cool. It's free for 30 days. It was free for until May 2013, this year of May. I was giving lectures about ICNU since October. Yeah, it was free, and I was so free to tell people you can use ICNU, but from now it's not free. Yeah.
So what I see you add to the whole combination process.
Cloud, yeah. You use your cloud environment, development environment. You can. I'm on a trip right now. Am I right? I have to change my applications, something, and I don't have my laptop with me. If that's the case, you can go and internet cafe or grab some friend's laptop, and you can go to the page of ICNU. Where is it? I have live ID. I can log in with my live ID. Yeah, there you go. Your applications. That was my trial account. You got my applications, all of them. I can edit them, I can reproduce them, I can deploy them. What else? Yeah, that's the point of ICNU. Building cloud, development environment in cloud.
And if you use maybe PhoneGap, is it possible to make the
Yeah, you can use Eclipse. I can show you that.
So like if you want to make an iOS app with PhoneGap, do you need a Mac? Or
Yeah.
you still need
code. You still need to write some Objective-C code. One of my projects, I need to use augmented reality. I was using Wikitube's SDK about augmented reality, geolocation based augmented reality. But, yeah. Yeah, you can see I have Cordova here. It's totally a Java project. I have a jar named Cordova 2.4. That jar enables me to use JavaScript API of Cordova in Android or iOS. Yeah, that's all for me for the first session. Thank you for listening. We may have some 10 minutes break and then come back.